Hi guys and welcome to MotorBeam. This right here is the all new Maruti Alto K10 and in this video I'll be driving this car, the AMT variant, for 200 kilometers. I'll tell you more about the real world mileage, the performance and the comfort of this car. I have come to the fuel pump right now. This car already had a full tank of fuel, but I again topped it up to the brim and filled up around 2.02 liters of gas, which means the bill amount came up to 213.33 rupees. Right now we have a full tank of petrol. Let's go for a 200 kilometer drive. So I've started driving the Maruti Alto K10 AMT and I am in Kochi right now. The plan is to drive this car for 200 kilometers. So I am right now on my way to Thrissur, which is approximately 80 kilometers from where I am right now. So 80 plus 80 will be 160 kilometers और फिर थोड़ा locally भी चलाएंगे गाड़ी and make it run 200 kilometers. Now the Alto K10, this one is an all new car compared to what we had earlier. This is based on the new hardtech platform shared with the Celerio, Swift and all those new cars, and this one also gets the updated K10 petrol engine, which is the K10C unit, making around 66 PS of power and 89 Newton meters of torque. And I have decided to drive the AMT variant for this mileage test because I think कि मतलब AMT is likely to be more popular than the manual one right now, because manual का ज़माना तो गया है अभी, and with the increasing amount of traffic and the more need for convenience, I think more and more people are preferring automatic versions of any car. So I think इसमें भी automatic ज़्यादा बिकेगा, which is why I am taking the AGS variant out for a spin. And right now the odometer stands at 2.4 kilometers. I will be giving you a detailed update every 50 kilometers and we'll discuss about everything, the audio system, the performance, the ride quality, handling, all that. So yes, let's go, let's start driving. Okay, so I've completed 50 kilometers on the Alto K10 AMT and my god, the traffic over here in Kochi is insane. It has taken me more than 2 hours to cover a distance of 50 kilometers. It somehow reminds me of Bombay because Bombay में भी इतना time लगता है. But over here, the difference is that the roads are quite narrow and these KSRTC bus drivers, they are on another level. वो bus कहीं से सामने से आ जाती है and you never know what is going to happen. So people are driving in another level over here and everyone is in a hurry. I don't know why. There are lots of modified cars also, but bikes कहीं से भी आ रहे हैं. Now coming back to the Alto K10, well, this car is actually performing quite nicely. The car isn't very big, it isn't very heavy, which is why the K10C engine feels quite peppy in this car, and the engine is actually performing as per expectations. The low end punch is nice. Out on the highways also it is gaining pace nicely, but I haven't driven the car at very high speeds as of now. So the max I've done is approximately 70 kilometers per hour, and because there was a lot of traffic, I could actually drive this car in heavy traffic a lot more than what I wanted to, and I think that is a good thing because highway पे सिर्फ चला के mileage test नहीं करनी है. I wanted to drive the car in real world scenarios, so I'm actually happy that I got a lot of traffic in the start of this drive. So one thing I noticed is that while the engine is peppy, the AMT does have this tendency to feel jerky at lower speeds and lower RPM. So below 30 kilometers per hour, उसमें थोड़े jerks feel होते हैं, which is not present after that. So around, if you're cruising at 60, 70, it will actually feel quite smooth, and the gear shifts are also smooth. They are not very quick, of course, but they are smooth. And वही है कि below 30, it tends to, you know, offer that head toss movement, and the jerkiness is also quite present at this at those speeds. Now it has been raining non-stop over here in Kochi. बहुत ज़्यादा बारिश आ रही है, अभी थोड़ी कम हुई है. And बारिश से मुझे याद है कि this car does not have a rear wiper, and I think वो होता तो ज़्यादा useful feel होता. And when I was also like reversing out of a tight lane, I noticed that this car does not have a reverse camera also, and even the infotainment system does not have any display for the parking sensors, so that thing is kind of missing. But yes, you do have parking sensors which are mandatory now, and I think that's about it. So engine is actually good, and I think the manual would be more fun to drive. AMT is more convenient, but वही कि थोड़े jerks उसमें feel होते हैं. And I'll give you the next update at 100 kilometers. तभी we'll talk more about the audio system and the ergonomics inside the cabin. Okay, so I've completed 100 kilometers in the Alto K10 AMT. I'm taking a short break right now because I need to stretch my body a bit. I have been seated in the car since more than 4 hours. Initially, we had a lot of traffic. We went to Thrissur, took a U-turn from there, and now we are heading back to Kochi. The odometer is showing 103 kilometers. The hotel is around 60 kilometers away. And right now I'm taking the Salem-Kochi highway. So the plan is that I'll take 1 or 2 rounds on the highway to increase the kilometers on the car, because the auto will be 160 kilometers if we go directly. तो यहाँ पे थोड़ा घुमा के auto odometer badhate hain and 200 kilometers we'll complete in the car before reaching Kochi, and that is the plan. Now talking about the ergonomics in the cabin, the seat comfort is just about okay. The back support is fine, the headrest is not adjustable, it is a bit small in size. The underthigh support could have been better because my underthigh is paining a bit after sitting in the car for so long, so that could have been slightly better. Otherwise the cabin is small in size, all the controls fall within easy reach of your hand, and you can easily reach out to the left hand side mirror also if you want to adjust it. There's no manual day night review mirror in this car. The touch screen is similar to what we have seen in other Maruti cars. The Smart Play infotainment system is the same. Good clarity for the screen. The speakers are just about okay. You get 4 speakers with this car, no tweeters. Sound quality is okay. It is not too good, not too bad either, but you can enjoy the music if you're taking this car out for a drive. I haven't sat in the rear seat of the car yet, but I'll do that at the end of the drive. And abhi ke liye I think that's enough. We have encountered a lot of different types of roads, city roads, highways, potholes, whatnot, a lot of heavy rains also. Thankfully abhi barish ruk gayi hai. So I will give you the next update at 150 kilometers. At that time I will talk more about the ride quality and the handling of this car, and again the final update will come at 200 kilometers where I will calculate the exact mileage. Okay, so we are at 153 kilometers on the auto now, and there seems to be a big traffic jam on the highway. I don't know why, maybe I think accident hua hai aage. So anyway, the hotel is 1 hour away, 35 kilometers away, and the MID is showing 18.3 kilometers per liter, which is quite good for a petrol automatic car, and the ARI claim figure is approximately 23.3 and 23.9 for the manual automatic. So I think we are not too far away from the ARI figure. And if I talk about the driving style, well, in the morning when I was going to Thrissur, I drove in heavy traffic. It was like stop go traffic, and beech mein there were some stretches where the road was empty, and while coming back the highway was relatively empty, so I was maintaining around 80-90 kilometers per hour, and in some stretches I was gunning the car. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब माइलेज के चक्कर में आई ड्रो द कार वेरी आराम से. आई वॉज ड्राइविंग लाइक हाउ आई ड्राइव एनी अदर कार, एंड AC हैज़ ऑल्सो बीन कॉन्स्टेंटली ऑन, म्यूजिक हैज़ बीन ऑन एंड ऑल दैट. तो let's see now what is the realistic mileage. And anyway, coming to the ride quality, I think it is much better than the previous Alto 800 and even the K10, because the ride feels similar to that of the new Celerio, because this is based on the same platform, and the Celerio actually gets 14 or 15 inch tires, I don't know. On this one you get 13 inch tires, so I think 14 inch tires would have been better on this car, but then again cost ko check mein rakhne ke liye they've given 13 inch tires, which is okay. I mean, they serve the purpose well, but they are not that great. And talking about the grip levels, the grip is decent on this car. High speed stability is also decent, up to 80-90 kilometers per hour. After that you can feel some body movement, but again it is okay. It is not that good, not that bad either. So up to 100 you can drive this car comfortably. After that, of course, like be cautious, that is what I can say. And overall the car is very easy to drive. The ride quality is comfortable at low speeds, and even at high speeds it is nicely stable. But the thing is that the car does tend to get a bit unsettled when you hit uneven patches of roads or big potholes at slightly high speed. So again, this is a trait that is experienced with any small car of this size, of this segment actually. So that is there, and I think that's about it. Sudden lane changes, high speed cornering, all that makes you feel, surging for more confidence from this car. So yes, basically this car is aimed at people who are going to drive it from point A to point B, not for people who are going to drive it very enthusiastically. We'll cover the distance in 1.5 hours depending on the traffic ahead, and when the auto touches 200 kilometers I'll fill up the car again, and then we'll calculate the mileage. Of course, I have to sit in the rear seat also and tell you more about it. I've driven this car for 200.9 kilometers, and I've come to the same fuel pump and I've filled up the tank to the brim at the exact same nozzle, and the car has taken 10.89 liters of fuel, which means if I make a quick calculation, 200.9 and 10.89 liters, which means the car has delivered a real world mileage of 18.44 kilometers per liter. The MID is showing 18.6, which is fairly accurate. And if I talk about the running cost, the fuel cost is 1150 rupees, which means if you calculate the per kilometer running cost, it turns out to be rupees 5.72 per kilometers, which is extremely efficient and very low cost, almost comparable to a diesel. Wow. finally in the rear seat of the new Alto K10, and knee room is good enough for a car of this size and segment, but they have made the seats quite thinner compared to the older one to free up more space over here. Under thigh support is lacking and the squab here is really flat, so some more comfort and support over here would be preferred. The headrests are fixed and they're quite small in size, and they are useless for a tall person like me because my head does not have any support or protection whatsoever. No headrest for the middle passenger, no armrest, and I guess that's about it. There's nothing much to talk about over here. Shockingly, this car at this price point does not have rear power windows also, even in the topmost variant. Using these handles after a lot of years actually reminds me of my childhood when I had a Maruti 800, and there's a single storage space over here, so it is quite basic over here. Does the job, but again, not all that great. The new Alto K10 is a much improved package compared to the car that it replaces. It has become more modern, it has some more extra features. Of course, a few bits and pieces are missing. The engine is fairly refined, it is fairly peppy as well, and the running cost is extremely low with this car because it is highly fuel efficient. Of course, car prices have gone through the roof across every segment, and the Alto has also gotten pricier. So this one is 7 lakh on-road Mumbai for the AMT variant, which is a bit too much. But again, for someone who is looking to migrate from a two-wheeler to a four-wheeler and is looking to buy a car for the first time, I think you really cannot go wrong with the Alto in this segment. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you liked it. Let me know what do you think about the Alto K10, its pricing, and if you have any questions about the car, please feel free to shoot in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer all of your queries.